Hello all. So today's weather here in San Francisco, foggy, overcast, a little bit drizzle, light mist, and a temperature of 55. No heat waves are expected here. We haven't talked about recycling in some time, really getting into it, what it's about, whether it's BS or whether it's real. What items can you really recycle these days? Let's go through them. Papers, batteries, beverage containers, aluminum, copper, brass, steel, food waste, and yard waste. But there's a little hitch to that one too. So there it is. There's what you can recycle. So now you know when you're putting stuff into the recycling bin, whether it's really recycled or put into a container on a container ship, mix a little metal in with it and sell it as profit to other countries who then try and recycle all the little bits of metal. And where does the rest of the recycling go? Of course, either into a landfill, or they burn it, or most of it goes into the ocean, or into creeks, just along a creek bed somewhere. Some of it will get burned and go down in the creek. It's disgusting when you see it. What about food waste? Yeah, food waste is definitely recyclable. The only problem with food waste on an industrial level is it produces a huge amount of methane. You know, methane is 23 times more potent than CO2. So the last thing you want to do is add more methane to the mixture by doing organic or doing composting. Unfortunately, we have no choice. There's so much organic waste that we have to do it. That's part of the mix. So we're going to have to take some methane away from somewhere else to allow for the methane to originate in the compost pile. Now, the whole thing about plastic recycling, what a hogwash. Most of that is just the same way you pay a country to take it away. You're going to have to take it away one way, either as garbage or just put it in a recycling bin and call it recycling. But it also, our country will pay other countries to take this stuff away. And they don't care what they do with it. And you know where most of it ends up at. In the oceans, through creeks, lakes, and other avenues of feed. These plastic recycling is just so BS right now. If it really was something you could recycle and really make a profit on it, you wouldn't see it laying all over the land, would you? The poorest of the poor would go and pick it up and turn it in for money. Hey, that's a good idea, huh? Got to get rid of it somehow. But then it's, what do you do with it once you have it? I would say you would give it to the organizations that make it. Let them deal with it. Tell them they have so many months to get rid of it or recycle it, and no go about throwing it in the ocean or sinking it in the ocean. You know, recycling is kind of a vicious game. People will do anything to bamboozle the public to get some kind of money out of it, and putting recycling on the blue container when you know it isn't really recycling. So here in California, our recycling system is the black container is the garbage, the blue is the recycling, and the green is the compost. And we have loads of compost going on in the Bay Area. But it's, of course, way over in the East Bay where the poorest people live. So they have to smell it. But it's just one of those places that we have to admit that methane will occur there. And it's very difficult to try and stop it when you're talking about something decomposing. So before we end this video on whether recycling is real or not, there was an environmentalist who went away on us. Stuart Scott disappeared, died old age, and a new person has to come in and take its place. Somebody who's wanted to do this all the time, take over, because you can't let a vacancy lag for very long, or you end up with nobody at all on this side of the environment. We always need new faces and new places. So hopefully somebody will get the initiative to come out and try and fill his boots, or at least get close to it. I appreciate all the ups and the downs and the new subscribers. And until next time, don't forget your comments.